We already know Jacksonville has that oh no line, so is Urban Meyer going to help or hurt Lawrence this season?
I think he's going to hurt him. And look, I'm only basing this off of what I've watched. Like that last game against the Saints, if anybody has seen me since that game was played, I was peed off about the body language on the sideline. And then you think about looking at Trevor Lawrence run for his life that entire game, and no answers were being given to him or no adjustments being made from an offensive plan. And I understand that they had offensive linemen out, and DJ Chark, who is probably their best receiver, was out. Very unfortunate they lost ETN. But when I look at this whole situation, like I'm not just focused on this year alone. When you take a guy 1 overall, and then you get him in a situation like in this preseason game where these reps are imperative for a young rookie that's going to start the season off, and he comes to the sideline and his coaches look like they just lost all their dogs. And I'm trying to figure out, well, what the hell is Trevor Lawrence supposed to feel like when he walk over there on the sideline and everybody looks disappointed and disgusted? So based on that, right, like we all trying to project in the future. I'll be so glad when these games start getting played so we can actually start talking about things that are really happening on the field. But the bottom line is, man, when you got a first-year guy, face of the franchise, he's supposed to change everything about Jacksonville and their fortune. And remember, this team a few years ago was in the AFC Championship game. So they've had some success within this organization. Now, since then, Jalen Ramsey departs, Calais Campbell departs. Trevor Lawrence is your future, Jacksonville. I don't know if Urban Meyer is. I don't know if Urban Meyer is going to stick it out if things go really, really bad. So no, I'm concerned about Urban Meyer hurting Trevor Lawrence more than helping him. And you know, to each his own. But y'all know me, and I try to be optimistic as much as possible. But looking at what I looked at against the Saints and thinking about everything that's transpired since this guy been drafted, we had the Tebow saga. Now we got this situation where he's thrust into a game against starters and the coaches on the sideline looking like, hey, man, good luck to you out there because we don't know what the hell we doing over here. All of that stuff transpiring just leads me to believe that Urban Meyer's going to end up hurting Trevor Lawrence more than helping him. And y'all, I got to put this out there. Listen, today my cheat meal day. And I just had a chicken, egg, and cheese sandwich from Chick-fil-A, and that thing was bussin'. So I'm hyped right now.
He's ready.
Anyway,
He's got all
y'all
the
go
energy.
ahead. That's how I feel about Jacksonville. Go ahead, man.
Hey, I respect it, man. I respect it, especially on the cheat day. I need to get my cheat day in. Hey, but check me out. So I'm with you that Urban Meyer is not helping Trevor Lawrence, but for a different reason. My reasoning is that he's trying to get too involved in the play calling. Right? So you hired an offensive coordinator in Darrell Bevell. That's who he hired. He interviewed all these people. And he said one of the best qualities, and I'll read you what he said. He said one of the best qualities in Darrell Bevell, he said, was his ability to adapt to my vision. That was one of the things that Urban Meyer said about his offensive coordinator. He also said that he has a real clear vision. This is Urban Meyer speaking, of what he wants the offense to look like. Here's the deal, Urban, this is not college anymore. In the NFL, you have offensive coordinators who spend their entire lifetimes game planning against really good defenses. It's not Ohio State. It's not Florida. Like these defenses are legit. And so you have to allow your offense. And that's what we saw. Like we saw the New Orleans Saints dominate the Jacksonville Jaguars in a preseason game. They showed a few of their blitzes, showed a little bit of pressure, dominate. And when I watched that game, I said, oh, this is what it's going to look like. This is New Orleans Saints versus typical Jacksonville Jaguars. Urban Meyer needs to get out of the way. He needs to allow his coaches to coach, his coordinators to coordinate. You can't talk about your real clear vision or your coordinator's ability to adapt to your vision. No, it's not about your vision right now. Right now, you need to be a manager of people. Let your leaders lead. Let your coaches coach. Until Urban Meyer does that, Trevor Lawrence is not going to be successful in the NFL.
Acho makes a great point. Here's the problem. Do we think Urban Meyer jumped out the booth, jumped out from the media to coach an NFL team for the first time, not to do it his way, not to have control of everything? Because let me tell you, it is Urban's way in Jacksonville. It's nobody else's. And that, to me, is the interesting thing. Can't say nothing about Urban as a college coach. That guy is a great college coach. We have not seen him win in the NFL yet, right? But Urban could potentially hurt Trevor simply because Urban is a rookie too. He's a rookie head coach. And when I talk to people in the league, they talk about, I don't know, man. Urban might be in. He got to understand this is not college. To Acho's point, this is not college. These are grown men. You can't employ the same tactics. You can't manage a coaching staff the same way. Drafting picks, taking players that people in the building may not have loved or had other opinions about and going full steam ahead like, no, this is what I want. That's the issue. Maybe it works out. Maybe Urban's way will be the best way. But why everybody is nervous right now for Trevor is because what we saw over the week, that was not what we saw Monday, cannot happen. Cannot happen come week 1. Where Trevor Lawrence is running for his life, no, sir. So,
I ain't nervous. I ain't nervous, Kim. I ain't nervous. I'm scared as hell.
Okay,
I'm scared as hell. I'm going to tell you, I ain't
okay,
nervous.
yes.
I'm scared.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.